So this old man got caught dumping a body in the river. We got this video by Dr. Insanity. We gonna see what it's talking about. I'm gonna do like half now, half later. So if y'all want the second half, let me know.
Who are you? Stop right there. Go ahead and stop right there.
This Idaho state officer is pointing his flashlight at 70-year-old Alan Bruce. He has no idea that the man he just ran into was in the middle of dumping human body parts in a nearby river after murdering, dismembering, and meticulously covering up the crime scene.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Got a procedure problem going on down here, and I just want to make sure you weren't that guys.
All right, so you're just trying to keep an eye on stuff then?
Yeah, excuse me for if I got you excited.
All right.
After Alan walks away, it would take investigators days to discover exactly what he dumped in the river, leading them through a twisted maze of misleading clues and disturbing discoveries. And what might be the worst crime these small-town officers will ever uncover.
Oh, it stinks bad.
You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your family.
There is no body found. He is reduced down to nothing.
It's a routine late spring in central Idaho. Tucked deep within its mountains sits the remote town of Chalice, a place surrounded on all sides by rugged terrain and long stretches of wilderness. And at the center of it all runs the Salmon River, better known as the River of No Return. The small town of Chalice is home to fewer than 1,000 residents. Crime rates here are remarkably low, and serious violent homicides are unheard of. But that's about to change, because a heinous crime happened somewhere in this town, and what's left of it now is in the Salmon River, waiting to be found. The investigation begins on an early Saturday afternoon, less than a year ago, when an elderly woman walks into the local police station to report someone missing.
When he's upset, I'm just surprised he hasn't been back to see. That's why I'm concerned.
Yeah. Do you know what he was wearing last when he left?
Pair of boots, blue jeans, and I think it was a dark t-shirt and baseball cap, and he's got a little pug rider that is with him everywhere.
Who is Patrick to
Just
you?
one of my dear kids that I've taken under my wing.
Okay, so not biological.
No.
Okay.
There's a picture.
Yeah, picture, okay. Does this picture resemble what he looks like right now?
His beard is a little fuller and his hair is in better shape than that.
The man in those photos is 47-year-old Patrick Shelton. His adoptive mother, Helen, goes on to explain that Patrick spends most of his time up in the mountains, cutting and selling firewood, often late at night. He's got a chainsaw, usually at least one weapon on him, and his dog Ryder is always by his side. In most missing person cases, it takes days before investigators get a solid lead to work with. But in the town of Chalice, that process is about to be cut short.
I remember you mentioned something about when you talked about him going to Alan Bruce's. It seemed like you said something to where they had some conflict recently. They have?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know why he went there?
He was supposed to go move his motorhomes, and when he got out there, Alan had moved them with the bulldozer.
Okay.
Not good. Probably screwed up the transmissions, and I don't know.
The name Helen mentions immediately rings a bell because officers know exactly who she's talking about. 70-year-old Alan Bruce is a local resident with a rural property just out of town, working odd jobs including welding and mechanical work. But that's not what people in Chalice know him for, because Alan has a different reputation, built on constant disputes and ongoing conflicts with other locals. Just earlier in the year, he was reported for allegedly throwing gas bombs and setting a woman's property on fire. So based on Helen's statement, officers...
And they let him out. This the police, this the judge, this the judge's fault for not keeping him. Man, it's all their fault.
prepare to head out and speak with Alan, see if he can point them in the right direction. At this point, officers aren't too surprised that Alan's name came up, and don't expect anything serious. In reality, something already happened between Alan and Patrick just a night ago that ended very gruesomely. While officers are on their way to question him, Alan is still in the middle of covering things up. In just a few seconds, a deputy pulls up to his property.
Hey, Alan. How's it going? One thing after another? Hey, I was just coming to chat with you. We had a report that no one knows where Pat is right now.
Yeah, they don't.
Okay. And I just wanted to touch bases with you because I know he was getting, sorry.
So they really like, they know each other. His name said Pat, he didn't even say his full name.
You got the stuff off your property, but he was going to come by to pick it up, right?
Yeah,
Did you ever see him on that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
They came by here. He was unhappy, very unhappy.
Okay, but just it was just all kind of verbal argument or something, or he was just, okay. And he went and got his stuff then, or?
Well, he still has some stuff here. He said he wanted to go cut some wood. He needs some money. So he's probably out somewhere out there. Maybe broke down, and I don't know.
I'm just trying to create a timeline so I know who last saw him.
This shit was a couple of days ago, bro. Nigga would have walked home by now, don't you think?
So when was that he showed up here?
2 nights ago.
2 nights ago?
2 nights ago.
Let's see, what is it? Thursday night? Okay.
In the middle of the
Saturday.
conversation, the deputy notices something off about Alan's demeanor. His responses are short, controlled, almost rehearsed. But as the deputy continues asking questions, things start to feel even more strange.
And then, did he hang around here long, or did he just go right over?
Back and forth.
Back and forth?
Uh-huh.
Coming back onto the proproperty?
Yeah.
Does he still stab stuff here then?
He does.
Oh,
They
okay.
get it all out.
Oh, okay.
Like that shed, that wooden shed. This
See, he should have started talking a lot. Like, what's going on? What? He ain't played it. He played it like he's nervous. I don't even go. I'll peep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
The tires in it. And you can see there's a pickup rack just over that board.
Oh, just the steel there
Yeah, the
poking
steel-
up?
steel
Oh,
rack
okay.
is.
Okay. So he,
Wooden rack over there on the back of the tractor, like that.
this, okay,
Tires.
just kind of bunch of crap laying around?
Right.
Okay. So he got some of it though?
Yeah.
Do you know where he was taking it to?
Taking down his motorhomes.
Oh, where is
Ah.
motorhomes?
Right here, you walk over there and you see.
Okay.
Lying.
Oh, there?
There's his Ram Charger and another one's in front.
The motorhome Alan is pointing to does indeed belong to Patrick, but more importantly, it holds items that might explain what really happened to him. Alan goes on to explain that he moved Patrick's motorhomes himself because of the ongoing disputes and problems between the two, which sounds normal considering they're frequent business partners. But as the conversation continues, the deputy takes note of Alan's shifting body language and quietly requests another officer to the scene.
When I was younger, I never really understood by, they can read. As I'm getting older, I'm reading everything. I'm reading all the signs before we even,
There's a noticeable tension in the way Alan carries himself. This is because while he's speaking to the deputy, his sole focus is on the barrels sitting just a few feet away, with Patrick's dismembered body parts hidden inside.
Buddy? He's riding along with me. I was just on a phone call for a minute, so I didn't want to bring that out here. So did he stay here last night, or?
All that fucking land, nigga. 2 days ago. All you gotta do is walk to that mountain way over yonder, dig a few holes somewhere that's not, obvious. Bro, what the fuck?
Oh, okay. Okay. And he didn't tell you where he was going to get the wood?
Hold on. It was Thursday night he left here, not last night.
Okay. Does he have any favorite spots so we can just go
He's got a
check
spot
for
up
him?
there at Bayhorse, pretty close to the top. You go up there before you get.
Yeah, because all that moving, all that, that's two things. Drugs or guilty. Simple.
The rest area, the potties. This road takes off and goes down the hill and crosses the creek.
Uh-huh.
Way back up in there is a favorite wood cutting spot for him.
Oh, okay. Okay. Is that the only one you know about?
It's the only one he took me to.
Oh, okay. You may be the last person that saw him because he would have then gone up there that night potentially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Notably, Alan's demeanor shifts once again. With a second officer on scene, he becomes more composed and careful with how he answers questions. Despite this noticeable shift, Alan provides deputies with something useful, a location where Patrick might be. The place he mentions is a remote area about 20 miles out, near the so-called River of No Return. Naturally, it's somewhere deputies need to check, but before heading out there, they decide to take a quick look around the motorhome Alan pointed to earlier. A small decision that will give police something useful to work with later on.
Shook his hand and dick. It's crazy. I get it though. I'm trying to be smooth.
The doors are ratchet strapped closed.
Looks like it's cut.
Are these your footprints?
No.
And take a photo of those.
Yeah, that one looks open. That looks... I think it looks cut.
If that is a deadbolt, but that's an additional.
I'm assuming Alan had to access it to put it in neutral. Technically, you could be looking at unlawful entry.
Clearly, the locks have been tampered with, consistent with Alan's explanation that he moved the motorhome himself. It's a small detail, but one that could give officers ground
FanDuel Casino has 5
Dumb
Huff
as
and Puff
hell.
games that'll blow
You
you away.
saying a
With
whole
houses
lot
of
of
stake and
something.
brick,
You supposed to be
bringing
saying a
bigger,
whole lot
badder
of
jackpots.
to detain him later on, depending on how this unfolds. But without a warrant, officers can't search inside the motorhome, so they step back, leave the scene, and head towards Big Hill, where Patrick might be. At this stage, there is still no confirmed crime. Alan has been forthcoming, and nothing directly points to anything serious just yet. But by the end of this night, police will have more than one suspect on their hands, and what might be the worst crime this town will ever see. But before we get to that, it's important to note that cases like these can affect the mental health of both the officers and the innocent people in.
I ain't gonna lie though. For him to not have been did some shit, this was just destined to happen, bro. You had 2 days to figure something out. Living low key as hell in a place like that.
Involved, and stressful situations in everyone's life can often have the same effect. I hit a point where trying to move on wasn't working, and I didn't really have anyone I could talk to without feeling like I was a burden or worrying about how they'd react or what they'd think. And that's when I realized, and earning it a 4 point. Let's get this known to frequent for cutting firewood on the. Roughly 2 hours later, deputies arrive at Big Hill where Patrick was known to frequent for cutting firewood. On the ground, deputies notice tire marks and begin following them, and as they continue along the trail, they spot something in the distance. A red pickup truck matching the description of Patrick's vehicle, with a damaged windshield.
Made it.
His windshield is back.
Yeah. I think that's normal. I believe so. Hey, Pat!
Pat! Pat, it's the Custer County Sheriff's Office! Can you hear us?
Dog's in the seat.
Alive?
What was the dog's name?
Ryder.
Ryder, buddy. Ryder.
It awake?
No, that's not moving.
Dog's been in here a while. He's messed himself. Oh, he's moving.
Oh, okay.
It's definitely a he, by the way. Hi, baby.
I was gonna say, like, I know you ain't killed the dog, folks. You can't even snitch on you. Like, damn, that's just cruel.
I'm here, okay. We're gonna get you some water, okay?
Thirsty as fuck.
Where'd he go? Where did he go?
Miraculously, Patrick's dog Ryder is still alive after 2 full days, but he's severely dehydrated. As deputies pull Ryder from the vehicle and give him.
I don't see how that dog ain't jump out the window. Did they pull the windows down or something? I think any other dog would have jumped out and ran. And I don't know, maybe he raised him from birth or something.
water, they notice something else. Patrick's chainsaw is missing from the truck, suggesting he might still be somewhere nearby. And while they discuss their next steps, Ryder suddenly begins reacting to something in the air. Dogs like Ryder have a sense of smell up to 100,000 times more powerful than humans, comparable even to trained police canine units. Without realizing it, officers have stumbled onto their strongest lead yet, and Ryder...
A good little bulldog for you. I think that's a French bulldog. No, not a French, but I'm gonna figure it out.
Ryder might guide them directly towards the answer they're looking for.
Poor buddy.
What's up?
You wanna drop all my fucking weed?
Listen to that.
No.
So that makes me think he could be down lower if he would, because his chainsaw's not here.
Yeah.
He always has his
Go down for a
chainsaw.
walk?
I'm thinking so.
I'll go with you. I kind of want to walk down there and see if his behavior still points that way.
Right. Let's walk him.
Come on.
You should bring that dog to that place, to the house. You know, smell them barrels.
Dude, you gotta give me a break.
Did you give him some water?
We can't go down that. That is a completely down. There is no angle to that. I'm arguing with a dog.
As luck would have it, the dog picks up a scent, but can't pinpoint a specific location. The reason for that is something officers haven't realized yet, because there is no single place where Patrick might be. He's already been dead for 2 nights, dismembered with his own chainsaw, and scattered across the very mountains deputies are now searching. Some of his remains are already floating down the river of no return, just 20 miles from where they're standing. None of this is apparent to deputies yet, so they decide to take a closer look at Patrick's pickup truck for any additional clues. What they notice inside is very sketchy. Dark red staining across the interior, heavily soaked towels on the driver's seat, items marked with blood, and a discarded mail letter with the name Alan Bruce on it. Something violent happened here, and the more
How you gonna tell on yourself like that? You literally pointed them in this direction.
deputies think about it, the more obvious what happened to Patrick becomes. So before the evening ends, they secure the scene and return to town where they talk to other acquaintances of Patrick who collectively make one thing crystal clear. Alan had an ongoing feud with Patrick. He recently moved his motorhome using heavy equipment and damaged it in the process. And he's the only person anyone can think of who might want to hurt Patrick. With that in mind, investigators formally identify Alan Bruce as the primary suspect in Patrick Shelton's disappearance. But the reality and discoveries awaiting investigators in the coming hours are anything but straightforward, as they'll soon find themselves investigating more than one suspect. For the time being, though, search warrants are requested for both properties, and Idaho State Police are called in, bringing in a team of experienced detectives. However, as the multi-agency effort is underway, someone in town is simultaneously running their own homicide cover-up operation. As night falls, Alan moves quietly, continuing to dump body parts and evidence in the river, and burning anything that could tie him to what he's done. At the same time, police's search and rescue units are mobilized, preparing to comb through the surrounding terrain for any sign of Patrick. Around midnight, Deputy Mike is sent to patrol near Patrick's truck, monitoring the area in case anything changes. A few hours into his shift, something does.
Alright. Free Gaza. Free Gaza.
Who are you? Stop right there. Just go ahead and stop right there. So what are you coming out here for?
That guy there, Patrick Shelton, that's his stuff. I kind of looking after a little bit.
Okay.
Car down here, and I come down here to investigate, see if someone's ripping him off.
Oh, so that wasn't their first encounter with him. They was already questioning him. And you cooked.
Okay.
I didn't know it was you guys.
Okay, well, I turned my lights on, and
Dude,
you still were shining your light at me.
Yeah, you had your lights on me. I couldn't see where I was going.
Okay, I'm saying I turned my red and blue lights on.
Yeah.
And you were still spotlighting me. And then I instructed you to turn it off.
I don't like lights in my eyes about as much as you don't. You know, you had yours and mine, so I guess we're even.
No, it's not even. Okay, so what are you doing? You're just keeping an eye on
Patrick Shelton.
Okay.
Got a little fever problem going on down here, and I just want to make sure you weren't the bad guys.
You having a little what problem?
Thieving.
What?
Thievery.
Thievery. Okay.
Yeah, talk to Ethan Kelly about that. He'll tell you.
Okay. All right. So you're just trying to keep an eye on stuff then.
Yeah, make sure nobody's ripping shit off down here.
Okay.
So, excuse me for if I got you excited.
All right. 270, 240. We can calm down. I'm code 4.
Out here, in complete darkness, Alan Bruce suddenly appears. Nothing about this encounter adds up, because at this point, Alan isn't just the last person to see Patrick alive. He's been in a dispute with him, moved his motorhome after he disappeared, and now he's out here in the middle of the night claiming he's checking on Patrick's property and protecting it from theft. In reality, he came here to finish what he started, to destroy evidence he didn't have time to deal with earlier when deputies interrupted him. Worse yet, just minutes ago, he was...
Hear that. He had plenty of time. He was playing with it. I see we at the halfway mark, so if y'all want part 2, let me know and I'm gonna drop it tomorrow. Let's get straight to it.